19 ways to stay unknown, to never grow your personal brand. My name is Shanee Moret. I have about 1 million followers on LinkedIn and 400,000 plus LinkedIn newsletter subscribers.
My name is Shankar Poncelet. I am a healthcare marketing expert, a futurist, and I love AI tools.
So the first way to stay unknown and never grow your personal brand is to start thinking about getting known tomorrow. I'm going to wait until the time is right to start posting on social media. I'm going to wait until I'm less busy or things free up to start taking my personal brand seriously.
I can guarantee you, you will find time to be visible online if you don't plan for it.
Number 2 way to never grow a personal brand and stay unknown. Read lots of books, listen to lots of podcasts, and then do nothing. And there are people that do this. There are people that have read 25 marketing books, 25 branding books. They listen to about 4 hours of podcasts a week at least, and they still do nothing. So if you want to stay unknown, just continue to consume a bunch of content in different mediums and do absolutely nothing with the content that you're consuming.
That's the greatest way to get stuff done.
Number 3 way to stay unknown. Put your vanity over your destiny. Continue to never get on camera, never put yourself out there because you value what a few people in your network may think of the way that you look, the way that you communicate, the way that you show up on social media, and let that stop you from fulfilling your purpose, reaching more people, and doing what you're destined or should be destined to do should you take the actions required to actually get in front of those people.
Why don't you listen a little bit more to what your friends think? Because they have your best interest in mind. They want you to be successful before they are. Listen to what your protective relatives think. They know how to become rich and become visible and have a deep impact because they have done it themselves. So go ahead and listen to them and make yourselves an emotional slaves to their opinion.
Number 4, keep comparing yourself to people who are 5 to 10 to 25 years into building their personal brand to where you are starting today. Right now, you're watching me on video. Always remember that I already have 4.5 years of video practice under my belt. And it would be completely insane to compare that level of practice to where I was 4.5 years ago. And that's why I always put my first video out there. My first video, I'm an introvert. I was super nervous to get on video. The camera is shaking so bad, so the video is like blurry and shaky. And all I basically had the courage to say was just how to pronounce my name. Just remember that when you're looking at like big influencers like Grant or Gary Vee or whoever, just remember all of the names I just mentioned have at least 10 years of creating content under their belt. And of course, it's going to seem effortless when you do something every single day, day after day for 10 years.
After all, let's be honest. It's so easy to do in one day what you could have done in 10 years, right? I mean, why wait so long? Just get it done in a day. And, you know, I will tell you also one thing. You all are entitled to be successful without any effort. Because we live in times where every single person has the right to get everything they desire without having to put in extra effort. Because we are humans and we are born with the natural right to just have everything we want.
Number 5, be fake. Be a performer. Show up on video a completely different person than you are when people actually meet you or when people get on calls with you or on Zooms with you.
You know why? Everybody can relate to that. And it's super realistic also for everyone to think that they are on that level.
Number 6, take advice from unknown people on how to become well known. Okay, let me repeat that. Take advice from unknown people, people that have never built their personal brands, that have never put in the work to build their personal brands on how to become well known. I cannot stand this. There are people that will come to me and say, well, my friend said I should do this, or my partner said I should do this, or my brother and sister said maybe I should do this. The first question I always ask is respectfully, do they have an online community? Have they they built a personal brand? And the answer is always no. Why would you take advice from someone that only posts cat videos or a picture once a year on their vacation on social media on how to build a brand if they've never done it? It's amazing to me how many people are stopped in their tracks just because one person in their family or one friend says, I don't think you should do that. You should probably do this instead, when they have no experience of what they're talking about.
I think that happens all the time, especially because there is this, most people don't really want you to succeed. That's why they give you advice that is great for you. Yeah, because they have achieved all of that. They know exactly how to lead businesses. They know exactly how to lead a cohort or whatever, run a program, because they've done it all the times. And it's best for you to listen to those. And by the way, if someone who has done that for years or who visibly has the results comes and tells you something difficult, you should try to ignore that, because it's just, it's too difficult.
A lot of clients of mine may experience, and that it's just a dark part of human nature that nobody talks about. I've written an article about the hidden cost of growth. A lot of people don't want you to grow. It's a dark side of human nature that comes out. And usually this may come from the people closest to you initially, where they may want you to stay unknown. They may want you to stay small. They may want you to not make multi-millions of dollars or to be the first to make 6 figures or 7 figures in your family or whatever, because there is a deep-rooted fear that when you achieve those things, you will not need them anymore, or you may not want to be with them anymore, or you may not love them anymore, and they want to keep you selfishly. And that it's just a natural response. And it's one that you just have to be cognizant about, but that you have to be aware that when you get these type of comments, that you stay the course, because in the end, it's actually the most beneficial for them. They just are afraid to lose you. Number 7, give up after one post doesn't do well, or a post doesn't do well. Let's pretend you were given a deal. The deal was that you could build the brand of your dreams, but first you had to post 100 times over 100 days and no one would see your posts. But if you did that, you could build the brand of your dreams. Would you take the deal? Most people think that they would take the deal. They say, yes, I would take that deal. But most people are not willing to do the work. Most people are not willing to post 100 times over 100 days before they see a tipping point. And that is the absolute worst case scenario. Obviously, when you have certain people guiding you, you accelerate your results. But let's say that you only had yourself. If you are not willing to take that deal, then you probably don't have the desire enough to build a personal brand in the long run. And it's just a ooh idea for you. The difference between people that make it happen and people that don't is that desire. Do you want your circumstance, your business, your influence to change enough to eat dirt for 100 days before seeing results? If the answer is no, then that's fine. But then don't lie to yourself and maybe say that you want it that bad.
If you understand that instant gratification, that need that you have for instant gratification is not going to serve you ever, this one lesson can open up all the doors in your life, in all fields of your life too. Get rid of that desire for instant gratification and understand that everything you do is always a sample of what you are capable of in the future. You plant your seeds now and you harvest months or years down the road. And also, it's not going to happen on the same schedule as it does for your neighbor. And that is okay. It's not unfair. There's reasons for that. It's life. But you are decided to work with the cards that were dealt to you, and you're not going to find any excuses. You're just going to do it.
Number 8, get rejected once and give up forever. There will be people that message me sometimes. It's like, how do I not get your notifications? And it's very simple. I just block you. Your wish is my command. You are going to have people that may not like you, may not like your personality, may just secretly envy you and hate in the comments or in the messages. And even though that may hurt when you see those things, you always have to remember the people that you can serve, that you're not just doing this for you. You're doing this for the people that you love, for the people that will appreciate your message, for the community that you're building, the process, the self-improvement process of building a brand is something that, I mean, this is really a journey of self-growth, self-discovery, self-mastery, and it's a journey that never ends. If you don't have the wherewithal to get some rejections, hate comments, trolls, haters, continue to grow and do it because your purpose is more valuable to you than their opinions of you, then this journey is probably not for you. Let's go to number 9. Never do video. Only post texts, only post stock image quotes that you get from the internet, create on Canva that are impersonal. That alone will help people connect with you emotionally, build trust, and the data's on your side, right? The data's showing that people don't like video, that people don't engage more with video, that people don't stay on and like video more, that executives don't prefer video over text posts. So just, go ahead and continue to just post text posts and stock image quotes.
And you know what you should also do? You should just every day, is super easy. You ask ChatGPT, what should I post today? And then you copy paste that. You're done. 5 seconds. Every morning, 5 seconds, and you are off.
Number 10, don't engage. Don't appreciate the comments, the time that people take on the comments of your posts. Don't, reply to messages from people that may want to work with you, from people asking questions, from people just sharing appreciation for the content and how you've helped their life. So just don't engage. Just post and ghost.
Some people take half an hour or an hour to craft what they think is a beautiful piece of content. They really put their sweat and tears in this, and then they post it. Well, trust me, they don't care about you appreciating their work. They're not going to be happy about a like or a comment, a heartfelt comment, a comment that actually proves that you read or listened to what they have to say. So don't waste your time with engaging on other people's content, because you wouldn't like that either, right? You wouldn't care about that.
Number 11, follow every trend. Follow trends, even if they don't really align with your morals, your values, even if they deter focus from what's working best for your personal brand. Be like everyone else, do what everyone else is doing, and follow every single trend. Number 12, avoid collaboration. So stay away from going out of your way to maybe meet up with some people, create some content together. Don't make time to do interviews or go on other people's live shows or podcasts. Just only be a lone wolf and never collaborate with other creators, because you can do it alone.
Yeah, who needs others? You can do anything you want on your own. I mean, people don't need to see that you are able to relate to what others say. People don't need to see that you have a vision that goes beyond yourself. And also, you don't need to tap into any other's networks or collaborate or synergize, because you are the greatest on your own. Nothing else matters.
Number 13, do not have the courage to speak your truth, even if it is a little bit controversial or outside of the box. If you are a true expert, you probably believe things in your industry that maybe the norm doesn't believe. If you're not willing to voice those beliefs, then you're going to stay unknown. You're going to be like everyone else.
Yeah, it's best to always repeat what everyone else says, because that, it keeps this harmony, and you don't rattle anyone's cage. You don't really show to anyone that you stand out, because you don't want to stand out, because, after all, we all equal. There's no need to stand out.
Number 14, stay a lone wolf in terms of strategy. Do not build relationships with mentors, other creators. Figure it out all by yourself. Do not build relationships with other creators that could give you critical feedback, advice on what titles to use, advice for video ideas. Do not join communities of other creators. Do not make time in your life to prioritize building relationships with people that are doing what it is that you want to do, and just stay a lone wolf. Number 15, only post about what you sell. So never post about things that are outside of what you sell. Who needs genuine insights? Who needs genuine education? Who needs genuine connection? Who needs to know about who you are outside of the office? A little bit about your hobbies, your interests, what makes you human. Totally fine. Be robotic and only be promotional. Number 16, do not make any sacrifices. Whether it's waking up early to create content, whether it's turning a room in your house into a studio, whether it's investing in courses to improve your skills, traveling to collaborate with creators, buying equipment like this so that you could deliver your message with a higher level quality. Just do not make any sacrifices and continue to stay the same if you want to stay unknown.
Yeah, sacrifices, that's for losers. If I had done sacrifices in my life, I would never have gotten what I have now. I would never have been able to immigrate, have a great team, have a great company, have a beautiful collaboration here with Shanee. That didn't take any sacrifices.
Number 17, never pay proven experts that have evidence that they know what they're talking about for what they have learned, and expect to get that information from them and expect their time for free. Paying people for what they know, it has been my ultimate cheat code. Right now, we're growing on YouTube. Shankar, we're not going to call anybody. We're not going to, collaborate with other YouTube creators. We're not going to invest in new equipment, invest in expertise. We're just going to figure it out all by ourselves. And we're going to grow at the same rate.
Yeah, because the one thing you have limitless is time. You have all the time in the world to watch all the YouTube videos and read all the articles. The only way of really learning something is painstakingly go through everything yourself, because that's the best way to learn. After all, that's the concept of school, right? Isn't it?
Number 18, expect 10 years worth of results in 10 days. It takes time. And just like investing in the stock market, investing money, it's a compound effect. Okay. So you're going to have to do the hard work. It's like, flying a plane. It's going to take a lot of energy to get it off the ground. And then it's going to be easier and easier and easier because you also learn the skills along the way. Number 19, keep doing what is easy instead of what is necessary. Don't wake up early to plan and think about what will actually help your audience. Don't wake up early to create content. Don't pick up that phone to film your first video. Just continue to do what is easy instead of what is necessary for you to make the impact that you want to make and the impact that you will be proud of as you take your final breaths, whenever that is. Just continue to do whatever you feel like doing, when you feel like it, and take the easy route.
Listen, life is meant to be enjoyed and to be effortless.
Now that we've shared the 19 ways to never grow a personal brand and to stay unknown, let's look at the flip side, because this was an inverse thinking experiment. Instead of thinking about getting started tomorrow, start today. It takes almost zero effort to pick up your phone and to just introduce yourself and post it. And be honest with yourself. If you're not willing to do that, then do you want this bad enough? If you don't, that's okay. Then focus on a different goal. Number 2, instead of reading a lot of books and listening to a bunch of podcasts and then doing absolutely nothing other than listening to more, make a rule for yourself that you will not read another book. You will not listen to another podcast until you take action, and make that rule for yourself. Number 3, put your destiny over your vanity. Instead of always just thinking about how you're going to look, whether you're going to look perfect on the video, what people are going to think of you, put others first. What will happen to someone if they don't hear what you have to share with them? How could you change their life and show up for them? Number 4, instead of comparing yourself to someone who is 10 years into building their personal brand and being consistent, go look at their first videos and see how much they've grown and leverage it as inspiration for you to get started today. Number 5, be yourself. Have the courage to be yourself. If you stay performative on video and camera, it's just going to leak through on consultations when they become a client. And the worst feeling you could ever get is meeting someone that you thought was one way because you saw their content. And then when you meet them in person, they're just a different person entirely. Number 6, take advice only from people that have built their personal brand and mute all other advice. If someone has not built a personal brand and they start giving you social media, posting advice, all this stuff, just say thank you and completely discard it and throw it in the trash in your brain. You don't have to be disrespectful, but you just proceed. Number 7, do not give up if posts don't do well. That is part of the journey. There are posts that flop and there are posts they pop and it's unexpected. And it's all part of learning what it is that your audience wants from you. You should actually be grateful for those experiences because you're learning what they don't want from you. And that will get you closer to discovering what they do want from you. Number 8, never give up. You get rejected, the trolls come. That's just evidence that you're doing something that they're noticing. And usually trolls are just envious of you at the end of the day. Continue and focus on the ones that you could serve. Number 9, do video. Video for me completely changed my life. I know that for others, it's completely changed their lives. There's probably not one person that you admire that has not done video. And so why haven't you started? Number 10, engage with your audience. At the end of the day, the only way to achieve your dreams is to reach more people, to earn their trust and to build relationships with them. And if you don't engage, you'll never cultivate that relationship part of the equation. Number 11, do not follow every trend, especially the ones that do not align with your morals and your values. Number 12, collaborate. Collaborate with creators bigger than you, smaller than you, at the same size as you, in different industries, and never underestimate collaborating with smaller creators than you, because that one small creator, you don't know where they'll be in 3 years. And if they blow up, they'll always remember that you were one of the first ones to collaborate with them. Number 13, have the courage to speak your truth and to be authentic, even if some of your beliefs about your expertise are a little bit controversial or outside of the box, because that's how you will attract your community. Number 14, hang out with more creators. Talk to more creators on a daily basis. You want to grow on LinkedIn? You need to be talking to LinkedIn influencers on a daily basis, build relationships with them, get close to them. It will be the biggest decision that you will ever make. Number 15, don't just post about what you sell. 80% of what you post should be giving information, education. Look at the people that you admire, people like Gary Vee. He's not just posting about what he sells, so why would you? Number 16, expect to make sacrifices and be honest with yourself about the sacrifices you are willing to make, because the sacrifices that you are willing to make are directly connected to the outcome and the results that you should expect to get. The less sacrifice, really, the less results. I haven't seen it any other way, to be honest. I mean, I know creators that have blown up. On the back end, you don't know the sacrifices that they've made. Some of them have sacrificed relationships, marriages, time with their children. Some of them have sacrificed sometimes their mental health, where they have to go get help for that. And guess what? They do it because they want to reach more people. They wanted to make an impact, and it was important enough for them. I'm not saying that everyone should do that by any means, but if you want to make it, there's a certain level of sacrifice that comes with it. I haven't seen it any other way. Number 17, pay experts for what they have learned and never expect someone's time for free. It actually is distasteful. And the higher up you get in business, when someone expects that, you automatically know like they haven't played at this level of playing field before, because they wouldn't expect that. Number 18, do not expect 10 years worth of results in 10 days. It takes time. You're going to have to do the hard work. It's like, flying a plane. It's going to take a lot of energy to get it off the ground. And then it's going to be easier and easier and easier because you also learn the skills along the way. And number 19, do what is necessary instead of what is easy if you want to change your life bad enough. And that's the last one.